Da 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 da.
Hello, all yous guys. It's your old Amphar from Brooklyn, welcoming you to part one of a series of short videos on how to make buildings. These buildings are meant to be part of the Foxbellow Project, which you can read about via the link in the description. The techniques are basically useful, especially for low poly assets. But low poly assets are boring, so we're going to make this low poly first and then fix it up and make it cool. Anyway, here we are with Blender just opened. For those of you who are unfamiliar with Blender, this is 2.91 whatever it is the latest one as of today, whatever day it is. But this is more or less how it looks when you open it up. You got your default cube here, and this is pretty much buildings and some furniture, the only things I use the default cube for. Here's your tools. You can move things, you can rotate things, you can scale things, you can transform things. I don't ever use this, but it's there. You can write notes. You can measure things. Anyway, when you start out, you're in object mode. Object mode means I'm working with an entire thing. This cube, for example, is an entire thing. It's an object. This camera is also an object, but it gets in the way. So I'm going to come here. I'm on the upper right-hand corner. Cat, if you don't stay in that box, really. I'm going to turn the visibility on the camera off just to keep it out of the way. And while I'm up here, it says cube. I'm going to make, no, come here. Double click on it. Small house 3, because I think I already have a few. I'm not going to keep that. Anyway, always name everything you make, even if you name it Louise or Champollion or something. It'll save you a lot of grief. Trust me on this. Well, anyway. So I'm going to make a small one-story house that's longer than it is wide. I'm going up to item here. Now, you could go to scale, and you can pull it up. You can make it down. You can pull it back this way, but whatever you like. It doesn't matter. For me, it kind of does matter because I'm making these as part of the wonderful seaside town of St. Weasel-under-Sea. And it needs to fit on the street with all the other buildings. So I'm going to make it 4 meters wide by 5 meters deep. And it's going to be 1 story. So I think I'm going to go, 1 story is pretty much 3 meters, but I always go for 3.5, like that. Because if you're going to set these down in a scene, the ground ain't always flat. So here we are. That's pretty much all we can do with this in object mode. So I'm going to go up here, upper left, here, edit mode. Now everything is selected. I don't want to use everything. Well, actually I do, because when I was in object mode, I missed a step. I don't want that much of to be underground, so I'm going here. This is front perspective. I don't usually use perspective mode because I'm used to not using it. So I'm typing number pad 5, and this is looking straight at it. Now that I got the whole thing together, I'm going to pull it up so that there's maybe a half a meter underground. That's all right. Okay. Now, a building needs a roof. I always put the roof on first. I don't know why, but I do. The way I'm going to do this is I'm going to use loop cut and slide. This is one of my favorite tools. I even made a shortcut for it. You can grab it from here, or you could use your shortcut. Just pick that. What loop cut and slide does is it makes a loop perpendicular to whatever line your cursor is closest to, and exactly midway between lines on either side. So, okay, that's where my roof's going to be. I'm changing my view to edge select because I'm going to be working now mostly with edges. I'm going to put another loop down here. That's the bottom of the foundation. And another loop right about there. That will define the eaves. A little more about that's coming, so don't worry about it. Now I'm going to define, and you can measure this, you don't need to. There's the top of the doors and the windows and the bottom of the windows. Now, there's a loop cut, and what I want is a side of the door here and a window there. So I'm going to go down to the lower left corner, loop cut and slide, and I'm going to make a few. Okay, I'm going to have 5, and I'm going to not keep all of them. The reason I made all 5 at once is because I want the space between the edge of the wall and the window and the door to be the same. So I'm typing Alt. Here, let's get rid of this for now so you can see. Alt, click on that loop, delete, and I want to dissolve edges. It's important to dissolve them, which just sort of makes them go away, rather than delete them, which will take not only the edge, but everything connected to it. So dissolve edge, that's going to be the end of my door. Oops, I don't know why I do that, but I always do. And I'm going to dissolve this one. Delete. Dissolve edges. And there's the window. And do the same thing on the other side. Get that. You want 5 of those. 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, there's probably a better way to do this. There's probably a better way to do everything I do. But you know what? I'm from Brooklyn and I don't care. I'm using a backslash here as the shortcut for dissolve edges. It's good to have a shortcut. You're going to use it a lot. Now, I'm going to also take out that and that and that, and only keep the middle. And I'm going to take out, oops, don't do that. I'm going to take out these 2, and I'll show you why. I want to raise the roof. So here I got my roof, and I get my move tool, and I pull it up. And on this side where I took out those lines, it's fine. And on this side where I didn't, it's awful. So I gotta take out these lines. Da, 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 da. Come on. Now, you know, a roof like this usually has eaves on. Ooh, see this big thing here? I was going to make a picture window out of this, but then I thought, no, it shouldn't be a picture window. It should be a chimney. So I'm going to leave it. Now I go here. I'm getting the knife tool, which is K. And I'm going to draw by holding the mouse down. There. And you'll go, but if that's crummy. Yeah, it's crummy, but I've gone and selected the select vertex. I've picked that vertex up. And I'm just going to move it until I like it. Now, if you're picky, don't blame me if you're picky, but if you're picky, you can measure this. I thought there was a measure here. Measure this. Oh, it does angles. I don't want angles. Anyway, there's ways you can measure this. I'm not going to bore you with them because they are boring. But, now we'll see if my mechanical artist skills have left me. Can I do it right the first time? Of course I can, because I had that job for way too long. You probably don't even know what that job is, you lucky thing, you. And there we are. Isn't that beautiful? Anyway. Okay, we should put windows on the sides because I hate stuff without windows. So I get my loop cut. I place one. Now remember here that says one, it's one cut, but you get two areas out of it. So as many areas as you want, it's always one plus whatever it is here. So I want 3 windows, so I want there's 2 windows. There's 3 narrow windows. Yeah, I'll have that. Okay. And there we are, ladies and gentlemen and frogs and whatever. This is as far as I'm going to go with this video. So give it a chance. Try your luck. See if you can get this far. If you can, great. If you can't, keep trying. You'll get there. Anyway, good luck. See you in the next video. Bye-bye.